I love doing that.
You do, don't you? Oh, you got your new shirt on.
A new shirt.
A new shirt.
I got a new
hat
shirt. All right.
on.
So we're going to share it to the groups. Welcome to another
Exciting episode
God,
of
this
Feel
is
It Real
gonna
Fun.
be
The
such good
28th
fun.
of Feb, 2020.
And the boom, boom, boom
And
says
it's
boom.
your questions answered live. And it looks like we've got quite a few, so that's brilliant.
Oh my God.
And it looks like 20's done his job.
Oh my God. I think
So-
I did. I think I did.
I think you did.
Anya, Triple D, Anya, Alice, Virginia, Triple D, Jesse, Alice again, Joy,
Hello.
Triple D,
D,
Bruce,
Bruce.
Roop, yo, ow.
Yeah.
How cool is this, guys? By the way, you think it works? Double A, he's been an Cass, right?
Double A.
Cody, right? Triple D, Christopher, right? Seriously, guys.
Sweet.
And for you guys that are sitting around going, I'm going to dick around for another year and hopefully get reelected.
Yeah.
I mean, let's all face it. Hillary actually was president before. Now, Bob is here. Blair, Ohio. Whoa, cool. Wow. What's flat in the middle? Round on the end. Now, what's high in the middle? What's high in the middle and flat on the ends? Ohio. Whoa. What's flat in the middle, round on the ends? That's it. Ohio. See, I'll get the joke right sometimes. So, Victoria,
Yes.
did we tell them what to do and all that stuff?
We haven't. So go to freeneville.com. Subscribe to our 221 email list.
Click the link, Lisa, or else we can't send you nothing.
Yeah,
Right?
that's right. And
That's
get
right.
a goodie email every day till we die.
That's right. Or you'll.
Join
right.
our Manifesting Mastery course.com, like
That's-
so many of you here have.
Yeah, so many of you cool kids.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, seriously, it's a donut a day. That's how we'll just. It's a cheap donut a day. Like, not like an expensive donut. Like a $1 donut
They're not
a day.
even worth it. It's
Yeah,
cheap
yeah,
donuts.
yeah. Skip the
Yeah.
cheap. Oh, look at that. Carolina's here as well. Oh my God.
Yes.
And what was the last thing we always
The
tell them?
last thing is for refunds, go to visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's refund, right? Refund. Like
It's
you
not
want
a
to have more
refund.
fun.
We're not giving you money back. We're giving you more fun.
Yeah, but if you were an and you got to day 59 and you said this shit don't work to get my soulmate back and I never sent an email to you but I want my refund, I was like, all right, cool. Right? Next time do the fucking course, right? Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay, so
Normally
we're going
don't
to
like
dive
that.
straight in.
All right, so
we've got
let's
lots
do
of
it.
goody questions.
Lots of Cindy is here. Boom.
So Daniela
Daniela.
asks
Really
best
from
from MM.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yes.
Best money manifesting method. What's the best Neville method to manifest money or business growth, please?
Cool. 2 days ago, we did a really cool show on the 4 gates and money.
We did.
I'd really suggest that because a lot of people make the mistake of, right, let's make it all about the money, all about the business, all about the money, all about the business. And then they end up looking for signs and it just gets nuts.
Yep.
Versus if you check out that How to Manifest Money Using the 4 Gates, it's
Yeah.
in that 4 Gates playlist.
Yeah.
Seriously, it will rock your world.
Make it all about you.
Yep. What
Tones
implies
of reality.
what implies it all about you? Tones of reality. It's really important because if you make it about something where you're going to look for signs, there's no customers. Look for signs. There's no customers. Look for signs.
That's
there's
hell.
no customers.
Yeah.
That's hell,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Versus I know this because Tyler knows this. If you know it, God knows it. If you know, right, a full humidor full of cigars means you're kicking ass.
Yeah.
Right? God knows. And so you imagine that. But we went into all that in detail on that show. So
We did.
go check it out. Right?
Yeah.
So
Cool,
boom.
Daniela.
Daniela, thank you
Go
for
do
asking.
that.
Cool. Boom, boom, boom.
Sweet. The next question's from Dream Driven Day. Jesse,
Yo, who's here?
daydreaming versus feel it real. What's a different way to shift from daydreaming into richness of experience? I'm noticing when it comes to some things, I naturally just slip right in, and others, I seem to be stuck in daydream, almost scared to fully enjoy the scene or give it life.
Yep, doubt. That's always a symptom of doubt. You stand outside, right? So you can, like, you look in and you see they're cooking pizza. You see Pete in there, right? Pete cooking pizza. And he's a nice fella and everything. But it's like, man, I doubt if he'll make one for me. He might even kick my ass if I go in, right? So it's like, you're imagining something, doubt probably. You're doubting you can get your desire. So it becomes a daydream. Someday we'll do a show. So that's where I'd begin. Just really noticing what's the sneaky doubt. Because that almost always is what makes it a daydream. You know, like, it's the I'll share 1,000 cat videos because I can't figure out what the fuck to actually do to build my life. Right? When's the last time I shared a cat video?
I don't think you've ever shared a cat video.
Yeah, once
Maybe
in a while a
cat
dog video.
Photo.
Right. But a dog video that always has something to do with a
Yeah.
lesson, or like, look, this is real, guys. Triple D Paul is here too. Boom. All right. So
And Cindy.
MM Cindy. Boom.
Cool.
Cindy's somewhere on the Yelp.
Yeah, she's on the Yelp.
Yeah, I can't get
I saw
to
that
it,
yesterday.
Right? Oh,
Don't I
were
got
you
on
able to
it.
get to it?
I got on it.
Fuck, I couldn't do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, actually, maybe I didn't, but I know I clicked the link. I can't remember now what happened.
See,
So, yeah, maybe not.
Gotta love tech and a short attention span.
And
All
so,
right, so
and with
welcome to
Jessie-
another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun.
Short, very short attention span. And another, I get the doubt totally, but also a bit like playing with those four gates. Is there something
Totally.
to increase the tones of reality, like we were just saying to Daniela? Yeah. Have
I
another look
noticed,
at those.
I made a little video a long time ago, something about immersion. Somebody looked that up, put it in a link somewhere, where I talked about that fuzzy daydream kind of thing. I want you to do that intentionally. Just do a little fuzzy daydream and notice how it feels. Versus, right, when I decide I'm making fucking money or pizzas for lunch, right? I don't do a fuzzy daydream about the pizza. I go, yeah. It's the difference between fuzzy eyes. People doing bad Tai Chi, yep, fuzzy eyes feels good. And it just feels dispersed. Versus soft eyes. Right? See, if I look at a girl, if I look at her like this, that'll freak her out. But if I look at her
Yes.
with soft eyes, right? But if I look at her hard eyes,
No.
right? You get it?
Run away.
So play with the difference between those three feelings.
And I really like that because that's actually, especially because Jessie's DDD as well, Dream Driven Day, but how one of our yummy words in Dream Driven Day was drench yourself in the feeling.
Drench,
So
right?
it's doesn't
Versus
become a
splashed.
daydream.
You ever
It's
get
like-
splashed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Michael splashes me at the pool. I drown him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. He's a good kid.
Right, sorry.
All right. All right. So, Victoria.
Yes, thank you, Jessie.
Thank you, Jessie.
That was
Play
ace.
with that. 3 different feelings of the eyes.
Yeah.
Someday. Kill it. Or the soft eyes. All right. Boom. Oh, yeah. Cindy, soft eyes. Great idea for a sketch. Cool. Send it. Bring it. I'll send it via the email. Right?
Yeah. I was going to say,
Yeah.
you need them for your wall. I really like how you
We
get
love
the
that you send
gallery
us stuff,
happening.
by the way.
Because I remember
man, postal
thinking
service.
that top room that she's got, which just lends
It's a
itself to
gallery.
becoming a gallery.
Right.
You've got to get people
I'll have
up
to show you
there.
our gallery.
Buy all your yummy.
It's all back there.
Yes,
Cool. We've got a couple originals in there.
we do.
We do. Boom.
Right, the next question's from Alice in California.
Alice.
How
manifesting
many
master.
scenes?
Yes.
When you imagine Ticklebelly Hill with Emmett for the BMW and the voting booth for citizenship, did you also imagine other scenes or just those? I tend to imagine all over the place things that imply my ends, but I always hear you guys come back to the scene you used to do. So what's recommended? And here's another, waiting for the end versus living in from the end.
Cool. So you'd think, what I imagine, my primary imagining for being a citizen of Australia, even when I was here on a visitor visa, was voting. Now, for a lot of you, that might mean I pay attention to politics, right? So if I'm in the mood, so if I'm in the state of citizen, which has me living from the state of voter, or the feeling of voting, right? So tick the little fucking box, right? You think I'd be up to date on what's going on with the politics and the policies and so on.
Never.
Not a chance, right? I mean, I go in and I voted for the Pirate Party,
The sex party.
the sex party, the
all
weed
sorts of
party.
parties.
It's like, if we're going to vote for a party, we're going to make it a fun one, right?
Yeah.
So that's my voting policy. And so that was it. Yeah, just sort of nailing that feeling. Did I switch things around a little bit? With the car, there were 2. Emmett in the back seat, Ticklebelly Hill. The another one was, a little grumble from a buddy of mine. It cost a lot to fix, right? So it's like, cool. But those were the 2 little things that popped up, right? So you don't need a lot of scenes, but if something pops up like, oh yeah, if I was making this much money, I'd be picking up hitchhikers versus hitchhiking, right?
Yeah.
So you just sort of like, right, you just sort of toss that in, be done, right? You know what your comparisons are, and I think that's a really good thing to notice. Like, what's the difference, right? See, if I knew pizza was for lunch, I wouldn't be stumbling up and down streets of Eltham looking at every shop window, right? I'd pull over at the pizza joint, walk in, and say, Victoria's not going to be happy today, right?
Yep.
Just to be blunt, I'm preparing to ruin my wife's day, and you're going to help, right?
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
So there's where I'd play, and living from the end, like literally. I mean, like, yeah. One of the things which fascinated me was when it came to citizenship. So living from the end, I didn't notice. Yeah, I didn't put a whole bunch of precedence or importance on the news when it came to like immigration law is going to be getting tougher, and we're going to make sure that we get all the retrobates out of the country. I'm like, am I a retrobate? I'm not a reprobate, but I could be a retrobate. Look at the way I dress. I mean, that's sort of retro, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, they'll accept me. Why? Because I'm fun, right? And they did. Oh my God. And the stuff that happened when I got the immigration thing, it was like little miracle after little miracle after little miracle. Seriously, it was just good fun. All these little exceptions to the rules along the way.
Yeah.
Yep. Boom. Done. Impossible.
Yeah.
So I eat impossible for breakfast.
Good one, Alice.
Alice, thank you. Have a
Yeah.
goody day.
Yeah.
Boom.
Thank you. The next question's from Frederick in Manifesting Mastery.
I can't roll my tongue today. Nope.
Don't think you need to.
No.
Frederick. Okay.
Frederick.
Mr. 2020.
Somebody else
As you
roll your
may
tongue.
already know, I've gotten the Feel It Real and Manifesting Mastery.
Yep.
I manifest some stuff, but not what I really want.
Oh, this is good. Remember, important always means impotent, right? Just a side note. Once you make something important, it makes you impotent, right? So somebody write that down. I'm a very impotent man. Used to tell Mr. Murphy that at the old folks' home. Mr. Murphy, you're a very impotent man in this place. You're impotent. You would be the most impotent guy here. He was the director. Impotent.
We're nearly gotten rid of Clinton.
We're
I'm
trying.
now wearing a Billy Jack hat, but
Yeah.
he's got to research how Billy Jack is.
Yeah.
It'll come next week.
Yeah, next week.
Right. I visualised 3 cards filled with money that I wanted for multiple years, and I am, excuse my language, pissed off that they have not manifested yet.
Cool.
There has to be something or some things that I'm missing. I have been feeling it real, and now I'm on my MM session 16. On MM 16, you said, follow your bliss. And now I am contacting my mate.
That's me.
But I need answers that will make it happen.
Cool. Let's stop there.
Let's stop there. Okay.
Cool. So this is a middle, right? 3 envelopes of money, so you can do. There's some more stuff to it, but we'll skip through that. The 3 envelopes of money are not your real wish. Right? I mean, if a big box of money showed up, would you say, "Fuck, man, I failed"? Right? Return it. Right? It's not the it's not the money.
No.
Okay, it's the cigars. So if you go back a couple shows, what's the real wishes? What's cool is, remember, you've only been with NMM for 16 days as of this, about 20 days now. And I'm not sure when you found the list. But as far as I know, you haven't been doing Neville all these years. So if you've been walking around going, I've got 3 envelopes of money, 3 envelopes of 3 envelopes of money, remember, Neville says affirmations are pretty much always denying what you want. Because I don't walk around going, I'm married, I'm happily married, I'm really fucking happily married, she's really a good wife. I mean, like, if I do that, they'll be going, yeah, that guy's got marriage problems as well as other shit going on, right? But on the other hand, people know I'm married and I'm happy, right? Because I go out and it's like, boom. Yeah, it's not like when I carry flowers around, they go, oh, yeah, I wonder what stranger he'll give those fuckers to. Because obviously no one's in his life. You got it?
Obviously.
So really nailing this, what are the real wishes? So if you're trying to manifest a middle, so it's like, right, I'm going to make a middle happen, so this will happen. It's the exact opposite of Neville, which is, what do you really want? If it's to travel, what would imply you traveled? Today, what would imply that you traveled? What would you feel like coming home from a big trip, right? I'd feel tired because you couldn't get me on a fucking cruise ship or a plane right now, right? Like with all this weird shit going on, it's like I have no interest in getting in a box with other people, right? And it's not that I'm imagining being a victim of the coronavirus, but I'm just being realistic, right? I just have no interest. So it'd be a long kayak trip. Right? So I'd be getting off the kayak, arms would be sore, the immigration officer standing on the sand saying, papers, please. I said, yeah, no problem, right? Here you go. It's been a long trip. I need some water. So imagine what implies your wish has been fulfilled. Coffee game is always great for that, but really go to what would the money give you? In other words, what's important about 3 envelopes of money? Okay, how would that give to you? And when you nail, right, what's important about me? Well, that way I could have financial freedom. Cool. So you get to imagine up what would imply you've got financial freedom. We'll go to the cigar episode 2 shows ago from the Gates. Look up the Gates, the money thing.
The money,
if you can't find it, email me. I'll send you a link. So, boom. So, Frederick, I'm glad you asked. This will help a lot of people because anytime you try to go for the middle, frustration always reigns. And also, if you go, I've been trying for years, but you haven't been doing what we're doing for years, again, that time doesn't count. All right? It's like saying, you know what, I've been losing weight for 53 years. Right? Well, no, 53 years ago I was born. I mean, I really wasn't all that concerned
about my weight.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Boom, there we go.
Cool.
So, thank you guys. Virginia says 2 questions in and already golden. Thank you.
Yeah, cool, Virginia.
Monica, MM. Monica.
So that's
MM
great.
Elizabeth
Thanks, Frederick.
Boom. Thank you, buddy. Cool. Let's keep going.
Okay. The next one's from Jamie to do with weight loss.
Weight
brought
loss.
Up weight.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Okay.
Imagine that.
So Jamie says, thanks so much for getting back to me. I have a question I hope you don't mind me asking. In the subject of weight loss management, I've struggled with a healthy body image issues in the past, and while I have been pretty fit my entire adult life, it has historically been at the price of a lot of work and deprivation, with an ongoing battle that created an unhealthy relationship with food and basically feelings of being a slave.
Cool. Revise that. We'll start there. Number 1, so paragraph 1, revise that. That you naturally, you do all right. I mean, you have a cheat meal once in a while if you want, whatever. But this whole thing of like struggling and the war.
Deprivation and
Revise that.
Yeah.
Boom.
I recall once saying it sure would be awesome to live in a world where calories didn't count. My question is, do you believe effortless weight loss or management is possible to manifest? I've heard stories both ways and would love to believe it's true. I mean, if all things are possible, then why not? I'm not looking to be lazy. I lift weights and exercise and don't abuse food, but would love to eat what I'm desiring and not fear weight gain, which is exactly what has happened in the past. And as a result, this weird food relationship formed. I'm ready to burst out of that prison and just looking for a little input perspective from someone further along in the journey.
Cool. I'm going to bring up the bulletproof diet. And I'm not bringing it up because I'm suggesting doing it. I'm bringing it up because of how it fits into our lives. Ready? I love bacon. I do. I fucking love bacon. Right? I love bacon. I love butter. I love fat. I love coffee. Years ago, I drank coffee, and it would have caused me to crash every day. It wasn't all that much fun. But I got it from my issues. I enjoy coffee. I'm going to drink coffee. Right? I enjoy fat. I'm going to eat fat. And along comes this book called The Bulletproof Diet that says, look, if you knock out the dumb shit, let's call dumb shit carbohydrates, and your body's trained to burn fat, your body will burn fat, right? Now, I'm just bringing this up as an example because I love bacon, I love butter, I love flesh, right? I do, right? And here's the cool thing, right? For some reason, I find the diet, quote unquote, that says, eat the shit you want, don't settle for the fucking crackers. Because I used to buy the crackers going,
bacon crackers.
I get the bacon-flavored crackers, and when you look at bacon-flavored crackers, there's 400 different ingredients on there. One of them is something I can read called flour, right?
Yes.
And the other ones are things I can't possibly figure out what the fuck they are.
Yes.
Versus I can get some bacon, right?
Yes.
Just fry that up and enjoy it. I can lick the fat. I mean, like, it's just good shit, right?
Yep.
So what would happen if you could eat what you truly want, right, and actually lose weight? Right? And that whole thing, if you enjoy exercise, do it. right? Which is again good fun. I find it fascinating how people struggle because, again, current scientific research backs what I quote unquote believe for some reason, right? Calories really don't count. Right, what your body's trained to burn does, according to experts. And I go, yep, I'll buy that. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I like bacon and fat and butter and all that good stuff. And then there's this other thing that says, you know what? If you eat a Twinkie, you have to run 18 miles to burn that Twinkie off.
Jeepers.
And it's like, you know what? I really don't want a Twinkie. What do I want? Right? I want some bacon. But because I feel guilty if I eat bacon because of what I imagine about bacon, I'll eat one Twinkie. Right? And then right, it just gets weird. Right? So when people imagine struggle, when they try to live by weird-ass rules, like, yeah, I got to trade time for dollars or else no one will respect me, right? Skip that, right? A lot of people try to manifest jobs for decades, and they have trouble doing that. And in the end, I just ask them, do you actually want that? I'm like, well, no, I want what it'll give me. And it's like, oh, that's a middle. Look at Frederick, right? They're envelopes. It ain't about the envelopes, right? It even ain't about the money, right? If you had a cigar full of humidors, right? What would that imply to you?
Cigars.
Right?
Yes.
Boom.
Fine cigars. Yeah.
Right. So let's go from there. How's that, Victoria? Want to add anything to that?
No.
No, that's good. So keep going.
Cool.
All right. You can add something to the next one.
Excellent. Thank you,
permission.
Jamie. That was good.
Boom.
Okay, I can add something to the next question, can I?
Yes.
Okay.
Permission.
Next question's from Thomas. Complicated question. Yeah, this sounds like me. I used to like complicating things right up. I was honestly trying to be as clear as possible. It's a big topic in my opinion.
Right, which means that Thomas sent me a long email, and I said, we got to condense it, pal.
Yeah.
Let's condense it and have some fun. By the way, anytime anyone sends me a long-ass email, and I say condense it, that often brings them clarity because it's like in all the thousands of words they get lost, and I get bored. But if I say, right, let's condense it to 3 sentences, suddenly they've got some clarity.
Yeah.
Right? So just a take-home thing. Anytime you've got all this stuff, condense it down. 3 sentences, really quick. Think 4-year-old. Right? So, Victoria.
I'm not sure I can do it just in 3 sentences. I'm not sure I can do it justice in 3 sentences.
All right, I'm not into justice.
Number 1. In your opinion, what role does higher power or God play in what manifests in our life?
Cool, your awareness of being is God. Boom, that's it, nothing more. Right? Now, if you imagine that there's a higher power out there, then things start to get a little weird. Right? It's sort of like really imagining, like, does Trump really fucking matter? Let's be blunt. Right? I know people that for the last as many presidents that there have been since the 80s have been going, right, the reason I can't succeed is Reagan, Bush to Clinton, Obama. I mean, like, they just blame every single one. It's like, damn, you're wasting a lot of fucking time.
Yeah.
Triple D Kathy is here. Angela is here. So this whole thing of higher being, all that crap, skip it. Right? Awareness of being is God. By the way, don't take my word for it. Explore. Because I have yet to find any evidence of anything beyond awareness of being. Right? Awareness of being, right? How you're aware of being determines a whole bunch, maybe everything. But, Victoria. Right.
Number 2.
Everyone
has their personal desires, but what if not fulfilling some of them is actually good for us in the long run? Sometimes we can see this retrospectively.
Cool. So I'll sort of, again, go with the same thing. Who would determine what would determine whether or not it's good for you? Right? Yes. It's sort of like the whole thing of, like, I desire pizza for lunch. I don't, by the way. But if I desired pizza for lunch, but I went there and the pizza shop was closed, oh my God, maybe it's the higher power helping me get something better, that's something like Victoria will enjoy it, then later on we'll waka. And then that's good because that's a middle. So if we actually don't get pizza for lunch but something else and waka happens, I mean, it's all because of a higher purpose of something.
I will dive into this one a little bit by saying that I think some of your desires, like you, that didn't manifest were middles. So,
totally, absolutely.
Whereas when you go to the end of, what does it feel like? What is it that you really want? Then you don't have to predetermine it's got to happen that way.
Yep.
It's not a middle. Yeah. You've now arrived at where you want to be.
I wanted to marry Pam. We broke up. She had somebody else's baby. A lot of people thought it was mine, ironically enough.
Oh, wow.
Because we were close, right? I mean, like, we could
You
spot
sure it was someone else's?
Yeah, totally. Yep. Yeah, we counted the months. January, February.
Yeah.
February.
Yeah, no,
You get all
it'd be
confused.
16 months.
All right,
Yeah.
16 months later. But here's what's cool. I thought it was Pam. All right, wasn't. But I got to tell you, what I actually desired, that feeling, that intimacy, that loveliness, here. You got it? So if I would have stayed on Pam, I'll just keep stalking her till he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Things get weird, right? But it wasn't that, well, if I would have stayed with Pam, we would have had a baby whenever I was 17, and then it's like, what do I really want, right? I always go for that. And the whole thing with middles, all the time we get this. The whole thing of like, if it didn't work out, it's for the better. No, it's easy to manifest your actual desires. Remember what Neville said about desires. Your desires are divine in origin, right? They come from God, your awareness of being, right? Ooh, I'm aware of puppies. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'd like to have a puppy or two, right? Boom. Shall we keep going, Victoria?
Yes, we shall. And number 3. I'm not diminishing the role our beliefs, emotions and thoughts, and most importantly, state of mind, point of perception, play in how our life unfolds, but it seems like those are not the only factors.
Yep, you're diminishing it.
Yeah.
You get it? Because if there's other factors, you're fucked. Then there's no point in it. Right? And this is what's really cool, because the whole thing of, and I watch people struggle with this for years. My one buddy, I'm not going to name his name, he's been struggling with this for years because he believes there are exceptions to the rules, there are other factors involved. And it's like, all right, that's just complicated, man. Just when it comes down to it, if I want a good cup of coffee, I have a good cup of coffee. And it's like, but what about the karma of Pablo who's picking the beans and his son who's in the wheelchair? And it's like, it becomes like a bad Tom Clancy novel. Right?
Yeah.
And I love Tom Clancy, but it's like, if we have to like factor in all these different things, and if I imagine up a good fucking cup of coffee, right? I get it, right? Boom, just had one, a little tiny bit left.
There is a tiny bit left. So
There
I think I might have a
goes.
sip.
There's see ya coffee. See you tomorrow, right? Look at her chug it. Look at her go.
It's strong, actually.
She's a chugger, that
It'll
girl.
be zingy.
Oh, I'm loving it, right? As you
Yeah.
can tell. So, but if you go to the end, right, everyone that gets to play their role, the right person will pick the beans. The other person will put it in a bag. The other person will put it on the shelf. Tom will go around and mark it down to 55% off, and it doesn't even know why. Right?
20 will buy 10 bags.
Yep. But if we go, right, well, if it's karmically possible and it works right with somebody else's stars in the sky, it just, right? And here's what it really comes down to. Anytime anyone complicates this, it's always about doubt. It's always about doubt. I doubt that I can have what I want. Therefore, there have to be other factors
Yeah,
involved.
other reasons, yeah.
Right? Why do I doubt it? Well, because I don't deserve it. Well, why don't I deserve it? Because of shit that I imagined up. Right? Prune the vine. There's the whole thing. So prune that vine. Boom. Anything else with that one? Or
That was it, actually. So thank you, Thomas, for those questions. And the next one is from Dream Driven Day, Jake.
Yo, Jake.
How to instantly move into assumption. Can you talk about what exactly you do when you notice a hunger? How do you move into its assumption right then and there? Also, is there another way to think of move into its assumption?
I remember the nuns. Right? So, Sister Mary, what's her name ago, right? If you had 2 apples, or if you had 1 apple and somebody gave you 2 more apples, what do you got?
Not enough for apple pie.
Who knows the right answer? Obviously not me, right? Because not enough for an apple pie.
Sorry.
Right? It's true.
I know.
It really is,
'Cause
right?
I remembered.
Poor fucking nuns.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Doubt. All right? So go back. So the reason that you're not going to slide into the assumption is like, well, maybe you doubt that it's the right. Is it a middle or an end? Maybe you doubt you can have it. Maybe you doubt it's possible in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Believe
is
it or
a
not,
real hunger?
is it my real hunger?
Yeah.
As soon as doubt enters, again, this goes back to the daydreaming bit as well with Jesse's question. Bang, got it. I began building a business where I had people, and I didn't make a fuck ton of money. But I had people fly in from around the world to play with me in the woods of Pennsylvania. All right, that's fascinating to me because I get Melbourne. It's Australia, far away, really cool, bucket list, cross it off. Nobody has the Allegheny Mountains of Pennsylvania on their fucking bucket list. Right? But I still had people, Tim Norman, one of them, flew around, can I sleep on your sofa while I'm there? Sure. What the hell? I got cats. You like cats? Right? It's going to be a good time. You wake up with Onyx looking at you, right? So here's the thing. Doubt. Doubt is always what prevents you. Like, it's like, you know what? Pizza. It's like, all those doubts. I doubt if she'll like it. I doubt if we'll get any later. I doubt, do I really want it? I don't know if I want any later. Maybe I just want it because I won't get it if I get pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there we go. So what's the next part with
the
Jake's
next
thing?
part.
Triple D. Oh, I'm sorry.
I noticed I still get stuck in my head trying to figure out what to do to make sure I move into the assumption to make things happen in the future.
Okay, so we did that cool little model in the club, right? So we started out with identity, activity, or location, thing, data, right?
Yeah.
Now watch this. If we take activity and we point it up, it gets nuts. Because instead of having the identity, right? My identity is, I imagine up a yummy lunch, right? The activity, yum, right? Yeah, boom, got it. But if it's like, right, so if I try to put activity at the top, it just gets all swirly and nuts.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so notice how that fits in. It's always this, it really comes down to discovering who you choose to be. And then so if you discover who you choose to be, but if you doubt, it can, and then it just crashes. Versus discover, so from that perspective, someone who's always manifesting yum for lunch, what's for lunch today? The usual.
Kebabs.
Right?
Oh, they're falafel again.
Yeah, she'll have the falafel kebab, right?
Love
Boom,
it.
right? So we just, anyway, keep going.
Related, when I put fun buns in, how to keep feeling it real and not totally forget about it. Like, I can't even remember what fun buns I put in yesterday.
Doesn't matter. I'll be at the pool, and I swear to God, 99% of the time at the pool, I will not think about what's for lunch. But I will tell you, if Yanni comes in with his caretaker, Kiara, Ann, and her mother, I'll rub it in, because I know they like kebabs. Right? So I'll go, hey, there's Kiara Ann. Oh, my God, and Kiara Ann's mother, how are you? Guess what's for lunch? Right? Because I want them eating better. I want everyone eating better. I want everyone experiencing more joy, more fun. So boom. So lunch will pop in, and then lunch will disappear. You can't help but forget about all the buns you put in. And here's the cool thing. It's not that they need constant maintenance. All they need to be is planted, right? And if they come to mind, oh, yeah, cool. You get, I'm not doubting what's for lunch.
Yeah, I was going to say, it almost sounds like that by feeling like you need to remember what the fun buns were that you put in yesterday.
Yep.
It's like this checking on, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like counter-doubting.
Yeah.
Right? It might die, so I better water it.
Yeah.
And the question is it thirsty?
Yeah.
Yep. Boom. Cool. Shall we continue?
We shall. So thank you, Jake. That was great. Next one's from Connie in Manifesting Mastery. Weight loss. Hi, Mr. TTMV. I had a quick question on week 10. So we had to picture ourselves doing things we would do after the wish fulfilled.
Let me do a tiny tune-up. You don't see yourself. You don't see your body.
Yeah.
Okay, you would see or experience what you would see or experience if your wish were already fulfilled. So we'll just nail that.
Yeah.
Dive back into the Southern Gate method. So a couple videos ago, Southern Gate. So you can find that pretty easy.
Real fun. Yeah, got you.
That's right. Boom.
So I want to lose down to a certain weight, which is my wish fulfilled. I can picture myself eating as someone that weight would eat and exercise. So my question is, once again, I can picture myself.
Yep, got it.
Yeah.
This is probably part of the gold for you.
Sounding a bit out there. Okay. So my question is, I was thinking of doing, not out there meaning you're losing it. I mean that you're making pictures of yourself.
Yep.
So my question is, I was thinking of doing fasting to lose the weight. However, I can't see myself doing that if I was already my ideal weight. I would see myself eating healthy and portion control to maintain weight. So I wonder if by pursuing fasting, I would be negating my wish fulfilled.
So we're going to bump this into dating real quick. Ready? So you're imagining being happily married?
Yeah.
If I was happily married, would I go on a dating site? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. If you're in the state of happily married, and so I was in the state of BMW owner, right?
Yeah.
Emmett in the back of Ticklebelly Hill, all that good stuff.
The door's open.
All right.
Go
So,
get it. Outside.
so here I am. I'm imagining owning a BMW, and I'm drawn to get on the one car sales website.
Carsales.com, yeah.
Right, and just immediately, right before I got on, they put up a BMW. I was like, oh, I like that one, black 325i, mine. And I called them up, and it's like, yeah, right, like they just put it up, right? So I go in, get the car, all that good stuff. But here's what's cool, right? So let me look at the question again.
Yeah.
Cool. So with dating, right, with getting a car, it's the same thing. You're going to do whatever you do, right? Go.
I might just go and check that everything's all right out there.
Cool. So here's the thing. You're going to cross bridges. If you knew lunch was at McDonald's, you'd still go to McDonald's, right? You'd get in the car, go there, so on and so forth. Neville, when he wanted tickets for his brothers from the Sold Out show, went to where you'd buy tickets if there were tickets, and somehow he got them, right? So here's the cool thing. You pick the end. Once you pick the end and you move fully in there, Anicio, welcome to the show. Once you move in there, then you discover how you get there, right? I discovered that the bulletproof guy and the bacon thing along the way, but I moved into a state of, right, functional fitness. Hey, there they are. Cool. So moving into the state of functionally fit, has the things happen that I need to have happen, right? So I wouldn't bother trying to pick. Yeah, by the way, once you know your state, you may find doing that is easy. But once you know your state, you may find you have no interest in it. You may find yourself getting acupuncture, right? And then stomach 36, spleen 9 are needled, and suddenly like, wow, your whole thing with food changes. We don't know. That's what's the cool thing, right? You get to define your end, really nail what implies your wish has been fulfilled. Then you get to discover the bridges, or the bridge of incidents along the way.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Boom. Just like having a good boy.
Yeah, got 2 good boys. They're back
good
inside
boys.
now, aren't you, mate?
That's right.
Thank you, Connie.
Carlene, welcome to the show.
The next question's from Monica in Manifesting Mastery.
Monica.
Can you explore into depth more about what it means when Neville says, even though your senses deny it? As I understand it, when we're performing an imaginary act, there's no denying happening as we are in our imagination. So where does the denying your senses come into play with this stuff?
Cool. So many people are looking for signs. You will never look for a sign as long as you're actually feeling it real. Right? So I don't go, oh my God, we're getting closer, Victoria. We're getting closer to lunch. Right? Yeah. I know what's for lunch. Are we getting closer to it? You betcha. Tick, tick, tick. Right? But I'm never looking for signs, first of all. Second of all, and this is good, I need that.
Yep.
Cool. Where was it?
Just there.
Oh, cool. Although your senses deny it, I'm going to take it back to Bruce. When Bruce lacerated his paw, and I'm not talking a clean cut, I'm talking a fucked cut. Right?
Yeah, like
I mean, like
an incision.
An incision is one thing. A laceration is a very different deal.
Yeah.
Right? Incision, I'd glue that fucker together, call it a day. Right? Laceration, this isn't good. Right? So somebody write this down. Wherever you are, the YouTubes, the refunds, live with us right now. You keep the blood in the good guys. Right?
Yeah.
Bruce is a good guy.
Yeah.
You want to keep the blood in the good guy. Dog, puddle of blood, not good. Grab dog, bring dog inside. Field assessment under bright lights. This isn't fucking good. Can't glue this together. Right? Take dog in car. So while all this is happening, okay, I'm imagining Bruce playing ball because that implies healthy dog. Right? Also a live dog. Right? So, right. Wealthy dog, a live dog. That's sort of fun. Right? And we get to the vets. Right? And I'm already deciding, right, this is about what I want to pay. Right? $800. And, and the vet has to be the right fucking vet. And the vet comes in, and I can tell this guy's somewhere on the genius spectrum. And he does the surgery 3 different ways in his head. I'm good at telling this stuff. He does it 3 different ways in his head while we're talking to him, right? And I go, yep, perfect. My dog, right amount of money, do it, right? And then we go home and make 3 times the money overnight. Why? Because I want to. Got it? But I want you to get how cool this is. Denying the senses didn't have me go, the puppy's not bleeding out.
Yeah, we'll just keep playing ball here.
Yeah. I'll throw the ball now anyway.
Yeah.
Right, Virginia, thank you. Keep the blood in the good guys, right? Take the blood out of the bad guys, right? Somebody want to put this down? Twice in the body, once in the head makes the bad guy dead, right? So we used to sing it, right? You'd be in the police car going down the road. Yeah, twice in the body and once in the head makes the bad guy dead. Now, and you keep the blood in the good guys.
Yeah.
So denying the senses, everything sensory is in the past. You may want to factor it in. I mean, you don't imagine completing a marathon without looking both ways before running across the street, right? So you participate in the physical because that's one of those things, but you also get the physical follows. So I don't totally blow off the physical. It's more like, yep, there's the echo. What's the echo doing? Oh, that's cool, right? Based on prior imaginings, based on momentum from prior imaginings, that's what's happening. But what am I imagining? Ball. What does that mean? Victoria drives. She's combat driver trained. Right? It's not often that I tell her, go, 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 go. Right?
No.
And usually I'm going, fuck.
Slow down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can always tell on Adventure Monday, her faces, my faces. So, there we go. How's that? Remember Echoville. By the way, one more. I love when people say the physical world is an illusion. Really? Give me your fucking money. How about your iPhone? Because I see you wrote me on an iPhone, right? It's probably newer than my coveted iPhone 4S. So if the physical world is an illusion, I want your iPhone. Send it to me. Make sure it's unlocked. If it's not, pay the money to get it unlocked before you send it to me, because that's all an illusion anyway, too. Right? Neville says it's all equally a dream. Part of the dream follows. That's the physical. Part of the dream leads. Right? That's the imaginal. What's real is you. So, boom. Let me adjust that light.
Yeah, it's getting very bright out.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Amazing technology. Virginia, thank you. Twice in the body, once in the head makes the bad guy dead. Boom. Combat driver. You know, this is where somebody always gets offended, right? Somebody will put up a YouTube comment. It's like, really? It's called you're constipated and you haven't taken a emotional shit in lifetimes. Lighten the fuck up. So.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Monica.
All depends what the meaning of is. Thank you for the correction there, Jake.
Next question is from Jacqueline in Manifesting Mastery.
Stretchy.
A question was asked, and I hope you can tell me if Neville ever addressed this topic.
Yes.
Question: if we are responsible for what happens in our lives, why do bad things happen to children? Do we agree to certain things before we come here?
Cool. Monica, you're welcome, by the way. So Monica just said thank you. So, cool.
Good one, Monica.
Right? Yeah. So, do we agree to certain things before we come here? Get how that would be secondary cause. It's subtle, but this is sweet. So before I came here, I agreed for things to happen to me. Why would I do that? Maybe to work off some karma, go see Tommy's thing, right? Or maybe it serves my higher purpose, so I'll agree to something for my higher purpose. No. So you get, that just gets weird, right? On the other hand, right, this ain't your first rodeo. Neville said that, but not in those words. Pretty much anybody that I know that's reasonably awake knows this as well. But this ain't your first rodeo. Probably not going to be your last, right? Mm. So I was born 3 months early, 2 pounds, 4 ounces. Little tiny fuck. Somebody type in little tiny fuck. Right, wherever you are on the YouTube.
I think it worked out you were really little because we saw a prem baby and it was actually only really tiny.
Yeah, exactly. Really little, right?
Yeah,
like a kilo.
Yeah.
Right? So you guys from Australia or something, go get a kilo of something.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I weighed when I was born. Right. Yeah. Thank you, Jesse, little tiny fuck. James, I love you guys. I really do. Look at it. This is why they show up. Feel it real fun, right? So, but why was I born a little tiny fuck? Because of shit I previously imagined. Right? Why was I born to poor parents? Right? Not to work off my karmic debt because I was a rich prick last time and it's for my highest good. No, I imagined something. Right?
So you imagined something in the prior life. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Ain't my first rodeo. So Virginia, 2 pound 5. Whoa! Another little tiny fuck. We'll have to share stories sometime. Oh, I remember the plastic box. I still got a thing for Tupperware. Don't
And
I?
heat lamps.
Heat lamps, man. I go to the store. I find some Tupperware. I go, that would fit. Right? You can put about a kilo into that. Whacked. Right? But here's the thing. This ain't your first rodeo. So what put me in my circumstances was prior stuff that I imagined up, stuff that I set in motion through imaginal acts. And when you get that, it takes away the whole victim thing, because everyone will perform the actions that you need to happen, for quote unquote your wish fulfilled. Not all wishes are positive and fun, right? So some people are imagining all sorts of dumb shit and they get dumb shit, and it's like cool. And when you get that's a win. I've been feeling dumb shit. I got dumb shit. Therefore, that's a win. Cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I was going to make room for him because
he'll be all right.
staring.
Yep. It's all right. He can stare. I stare. He don't move around for me. Yeah, think about it. It's like stalking, right? So I just stare at women and make them move, right? They wiggle when you stare at them. See, he does it. He stares at her and she wiggles.
Come on, 1, 2, 3.
I don't get it. All right.
All right. Yes.
Yep. Ain't your first rodeo. That's the short answer.
Yeah.
And another thing, just for fun, no matter what happened, okay, and again, I don't know if you're asking this for you, theoretically, whatever, imagine lovingly. We lost like 200 people one day in the Law of Attraction by Neville Goddard group because somebody wrote up about pedophiles. And the answer from all the black belts was imagine lovingly for them. That's like, well, why? Shouldn't we just fucking kill them? I says, well, I mean, like, I wouldn't put them in charge of little kids, don't get me wrong. Again, the whole thing with Bruce, right? It's like, Bruce is bleeding. We render first aid, right? We get him to the vet, right?
Yeah.
This is called, we have to deal with this. So you get someone that wants to put their hand in the cookie jar. You don't put them near a cookie jar, right? But at the same time, this whole thing of like, right, you lift them up. Because if you just pop them in the head, turn them into red mist, what are they going to do next time?
Yeah.
Right? Anyone at any time can fall into a shit state. So, like Neville says,
we get to live them all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We get to live them all. Yeah. So and what got you out of a shit state at some point? Yeah. Somebody imagining something. There's the thing. Neville says if you really believe, you cannot help but pass another and imagine lovingly for them.
Yeah.
Boom. Right? So, there we go. Ain't your first rodeo.
Excellent. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thanks for asking. That'll bless a lot of people. When we cut this one out, we'll make sure we tag it somewhere because this is a common question.
Yeah, for sure. It was one that I always used to, think about too.
Yeah, I must have been a real asshole to be born to my parents. Nope, I'm decided to be an ascended master. I was born to them so I could just learn how to deal with all that shit and unconditionally love assholes. That's right. That's why I was born to my parents.
Right.
What? I know.
So, all right. The next one's from Tanya.
Tanya.
And it looks like bought the Prosperity Pack in Feb 19. Was it?
Yes, cool.
She's
been with us for a little bit. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, miscellaneous
Yes,
notes.
a year. Hello, Tanya.
Oh, no, February 19th of this year, I believe.
Oh, right. Got you.
Newbie.
I thought maybe. Good day, Mr. 2020 in Victoria. I imagine that you are having an amazing day, as I am. We are. Thank you.
We are. I'm stretching.
One quick question for you. Can you create different scenes for the same desire? I do that, and all of the scenes are very real to me. I'm just curious. I've searched throughout your videos, and I watch every day, but this time I have not come across one that addresses this topic. I absolutely love your videos and podcasts. I've also purchased the Prosperity Pack. Thank you so very much, Tanya.
Cool. I'd nail it and put more bun. So instead of thinking how many scenes can I have for a desire,
For one desire,
right?
yeah.
How many desires can I have?
Yeah.
Moved into and assumed. So it's sort of like before I get out of bed in the morning, right? If I imagine a kick-ass show, that was an actual desire. Bang. If you think it's a kick-ass show, somebody write kick-ass show. I love when y'all type. I really do. It's like mind control. I'm making them all type. That's why I'm president. So yeah. Anyway, what was the question? Oh yeah,
About
more than one desire or more than one scene.
Multiple scenes.
Yeah, yeah, you can. We talked about that earlier with Alice's question. But what I want you to do is keep putting it. You have daily hungers. So I'm not going. All right, what else can I imagine? So I live to be 200. Oh dear. Imagine that I remember, right? I remember to remember, not remember to forget, or forget to remember. Where's that power? Right?
Face in the cake.
Yeah, face in the cake thing. Kick-ass show. Thank you, guys. Angela, Teresa, MM, Cass as well. Yeah. Boom. So, this whole thing of when you have so many buns in the oven that you can't possibly manage them all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't manage them. Jake brought that up as well earlier.
Yeah,
right?
fun buns in the oven.
Yep.
Yeah.
The more buns my guess is, like, and this tends to be the typical one. Don't know if this is yours. Tanya, like lasagna. Triple D. 3-timer.
Yeah.
I tend to get that question when someone's obsessed about one thing. And it's usually important. The lottery win, the soulmate, something important, very, very potent, right? Versus, right, you know what? What do I really fucking want now? What do I hunger for now? Right? And that's the thing. Because I've got a hunger. Like when the boys go nuts out there. Like, fuck, man. Yeah. What do I hunger for? Good boy. And Victoria says, Burp, I'm going to go get them. Right? Yeah. Right? Boom. I didn't ask her to. Didn't tell her to. Woman, go get the dog. Right? I just imagine good boys. And if it took her going out there and doing right? Yeah. Cool. Right? That's the thing. That's the fun thing. The more buns you put in the oven, the less you can keep track of them. Yeah, I can't keep track of the shit I order online. Right? I'm always amazed, right?
Rocking up. Eh?
It's like, oh boy, more shit. Right? So I got to remember that looking at that. So,
come on,
yeah, he's not doing it. There we go. It's the old-fashioned dog chuck.
That is. He's got a handle and everything.
All right.
You just chuck him up. Yeah, you have a little eye down there.
So.
Yes.
I think that's a long answer to a short question.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
How many answers can I have to one question? Right? I want to know how many different questions. You get it? It's just flip it on its head. So lots of fun buns.
Cool.
Boom.
Thank you, Tanya. The next question's from Shweta in Manifesting Mastery. Almost manifesting an iPhone.
All right, what'd you get, an Android instead? Somebody type Yasmin Maxwell. She's busy being a good schoolgirl.
Well, you could say that, but it's me too. I've got the Samsung.
Well, you almost manifested an iPhone, didn't you?
No, I didn't want an iPhone. Right, first of all, not unhappy with the outcome. So I imagined the latest iPhone in my hands, touching it, seeing the symbol on the back. I wanted to have an iPhone. Today, my company gave me the exact colour phone to do the work. Laugh out loud. It's not mine. It's company's property. I got the phone, but it's not mine. Any suggestions on playing more? I'm trying conversations where I'm saying that I'm the owner of the phone.
Cool. My guess is if it was... So if I had a work phone, there'd be no porn on it. Because I mean, like, let's say you go to the office and it's like, you know,
what are you being downloaded?
You know all that weird shit you're looking at. It's like, what, recipes? Well, that's what they are. They're instructional videos, right? So it's like, nah. So you get the joke. If it was your phone, what would be different, right? If it was ownership. Remember BMW, Ticklebelly Hill, earlier exploration in this show, right?
Yeah.
What implies it's my car. Dog in the back seat.
Yeah.
Right? If it was a car that I borrowed, it wouldn't have dog in the back seat.
Yeah.
Right? How do you know it's my car? There's plenty of dog and there's some dog park.
Yeah. A lot of dog park in the back seat.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I mean, like when I get out the sucker, I mean, like I get my dollar's worth. You put it in. I mean, it sucks all sorts of shit out of my car. It's like sometimes I bring the motion for the attendant to come over, and he's like, "Oh, do you need help?" I says, "No, I just want you to look." And you can watch the look of horror on their face. Yeah, there's probably body parts mixed in with that shit that's coming out of my car, right? So, here's the thing: what would be different if it was your phone? There's the thing, if you actually owned it. I wouldn't, I mean, but odds are, I'll tell you what, I own a coveted iPhone 4S. And believe it or not, yeah, there are conversations about it. I go to the dog park and open it up. And I wish it was handy. I open it up, and it's got this disgusting cover on it that's falling apart that I bought from a 7-year-old little girl at a yard sale for 20 cents or something like that.
I know.
Right? Because I needed a cover for the coveted iPhone 4S. Right? I went up at the dog park, and it's like I got to take a picture. I push the button, and it takes like a minute for the tubes to warm up. Right? So people do have conversations with me about, wow, look at your phone. Right? They do. But I bet for most people that's not going to be the real thing. The real thing is going to be, what would make it different if it was your phone? Right? There's a dog in the car. What would be on your phone that wouldn't be on it if it's a work phone? Right? Could it be pictures of like your nephew or some guy you're stalking? I don't know. But there'll be something there with ownership that's different.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I really like it. Actually, I think it's personally, for me, would be even better because then your work's paying for the whole phone.
Yeah. Now, oddly enough...
the usage of it.
Right,
Yes.
so let's talk about bridges of incident.
Yes.
Right, because Victoria's not one to buy shit.
No.
Right? And so Victoria worked for a company, and they said, what do you want? You want this phone or that phone? And she said, that phone. I said, why'd you pick that phone? Right? Like, anyway. But they gave her this...
Samsung Galaxy.
I don't like saying that. Thank you.
That's fine. Yes.
And so time goes on. The company gets sold to another company. They still pay for her phone. She leaves them like a year and a half ago. She was still doing some part-time consulting work, so they still gave her the phone full time.
But then even when I'd left in April, and they still paid for it until...
Yeah, like a year and a half later or something like that. Right? So it's like a year and a half later, and they go, hey, remember... that phone. Yeah. You're paying the phone bill, right? Can I keep the number? Like, oh yeah, you can even keep the phone. No kidding, right? Because getting a phone would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You should transfer contacts, all that bullshit. Versus, right, right. So, boom.
Yeah.
There we go. You never know. Maybe that's your phone, but own it.
Yeah.
Right. You don't get to pick the bridge of
ace,
incidents, but you get to own it.
Yeah.
How would you know? Boom.
Okay.
Me personally, by the way, so I own a couple iPads. What we do, the business does. Fuck, I don't know who owns anything.
No.
but so do the Maxwell boys. And I think one of the Maxwell boys had an iPad with a very interesting screen. Right? It was a screen that was complicated compared to mine.
Yeah.
So when I buy an iPad, the first thing I do is I drop another $100. Right? I get the heaviest duty cover that I can get on it, and I get the most bulletproof other cover. Right, so the thing you see through is bulletproof. The thing that it's held within is bulletproof. Because if I spend $1,500 on a device, I want that fucker to last. On the other hand, if I was holding your iPad, right, and it doesn't have a cover and it doesn't have the scratch thing on the front, fuck it, I don't care. Fuck it, right? It's not my iPad. You get it? So how do I know it's mine? I feel. Look at these covers.
Yeah.
See that? Bulletproof, right?
Yeah.
Shiny shit. So there we go. So you don't need porn, right? But you could use something else.
Right.
Right.
There you go.
You heard it from me first. Somebody typed the word porn.
Don't.
They'll probably ban the show after a while.
Exactly. YouTube will take it
What
down.
What is all this dumb shit? Dumb
Facebook.
shit.
Thank you, Shweta. That's great. And the last question we've got is from Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Manifesting health for my husband. After watching the video about using all the gates for manifesting health...
Cool. We got a show watcher.
That's great. I realised I'm doing the same thing to manifest good health for my husband. Being happy and proud and loved by seeing him move actively, and be the husband he always wanted to be for me. However, whenever we go to the doctor, the lab works are just getting bad and bad and need invasive treatments, even though I'm revising right there and after the appointments. Am I missing something?
Cool. You know, if you go see a surgeon, see now if I went to school to be a surgeon, how long would that take? 6 months, a year, 10 years?
To be a surgeon, probably 10 years or something.
Okay, so if I would really have to believe in surgery to go to school for 10 years. Right? I believe in martial arts, been doing them for decades now. I believe in this shit, been doing it for decades now. I believe in the internet, been doing it for decades now, right? and so if you go see someone, right, who is a surgeon, for example, odds are that they're going to suggest something, or they're either going to say you need surgery, or they'll say they'll either say you need surgery or someday you'll need surgery, right? Because they're the best salesman, right? And so I'm not saying whether or not you need surgery, but I want you to keep that in mind because Neville had a dentist that imagined that Neville would have a bad tooth at a specific point in time, and Neville accepted that. Right? If Neville can accept a doctor's diagnosis or prognosis, so can you. But you don't have to. That's an option, right? So when you go to see a surgeon, they're going to tell you about surgery. If you go to see a nutritionist, they're going to tell you about nutrition in all probability, right? Even though you can get a weekend certificate in nutrition, right? You can do the thing and all that stuff. But here's the cool thing. Move to your end. Stay there. And if it involves invasive treatment or not, that gets to be part of your play, right? And you can reject that. I mean, like all the time. I mean, like, we hear from people that you've got a choice, right? There's this thing called more than one doctor as well, right? When you get there's more than one doctor, cool. Maybe you go see another doctor. Maybe you stop seeing doctors. But you only know what your path is once you nail the state. How would you feel if he was frolicking in the meadow with you?
Yeah.
Right? You nail that. All the other bits are bonuses, but how would you feel if he was frolicking in the meadow with you? You nail that, and then you discover, well, you know what? Maybe surgery is the way. Maybe not. You know, but once you nail it, it's like, right, cool. You get it? That's what's cool. Generally, I'm not a fan of medicines, right? I mean, I had a lot as a kid. We're at 2 pounds 4 ounces, just a kilo, little plastic box. Let's shove shit in it. Right? It's not that big. Let's put a lot of things in it. You think they'd think the other way around, right? Fat kid put a lot of shit in it. Little tiny kid put a little bit of shit in it, right? But I don't understand doctors, right? They confuse me, and so I confuse them. But you get to just nail your state, and then discover what do you get to do, right? And also just notice, it's not a battle between you and the doctors. Neville, by the way, had another experience where he said, my blood test would say one thing, my blood test would say another thing, my blood test would say a third thing. And it's like, you couldn't believe the blood tests. And then he woke up again, right? And he said, well, hold on. You know, it doesn't matter what the blood test says. There's one cause, right? So if you go to NevilleGoddardQuotes.com, type the word blood in there. Our tests, one of those terms, we'll bring it up for you. It'll be one of the ones that show up. And you get that, right? So what are you really imagining? Nail that. Boom. So, and notice again, it all goes way back up to the beginning when we talked about Bruce as well, so on and so forth. I mean, like, here's one that I get all the time. Well, Mr. 20, if you really believed then... Right. Well, if you really believed, then you wouldn't have taken your dog to the vet. Well, Neville says it'll happen in the most natural way. Some people take dogs to vets and dogs die because they're imagining dead dog. What do I tell dead dog's first mother? Right. I went, right, I'll dismiss that. I'm imagining ball. And now when we talk to Bruce's first mom, she goes, how's Bruce? First thing I always tell her is, you should see him playing ball, Reggie. Yeah. He's loving it. Yeah. Oh, good. He always loved playing ball. Get it? So, you think we're done?
I think we're done.
All right.
So DDD Scott's there.
Boom.
So that was from Catherine. Thank you so much, Catherine, for that.
Cool. And also, like, here's another cool thing. When you watch the show and someone's got a problem, if you're drawn to, just take a moment and feel that they've gotten their solution. Right? Something fun to do. Like, we do it all the time, but it's like, yep, I'm imagining you nailing this. That's my big one, because what I want you to do is not just have your wish come true. I want you to discover who and what you are and have all your wishes come true. So, boom, there we go. So, Victoria,
cool.
What was your strawberry bit today? Whoa.
My strawberry bit?
He stole the strawberry.
My strawberry bit was how a number of them related back to the gates, and even like that last one. So the gate videos that we did, the series, the 4 gates of Neville's, and then we gave live examples of manifesting wealth with 20's finest cigars.
And your health.
And my health of Garden Girl in Yagini. And loved that for a start Catherine had watched it, and so many of them relate back to those ones that we've done. Totally. So they're a great resource. Yeah, that's cool. My strawberry bit.
Coolio.
What's yours?
I love when people show up and share the show. I mean, there's two things that I love. One, the show watchers, two, the show sharers, right? And it really is. I mean, it's something like literally we get to share this good shit and interface with you guys, even though we can't comment on all the comments. We see at least 10 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Probably a few more than that. And we check in on them later and so on and so on. And we love you guys.
Yeah.
So thanks for showing up. Thanks for sharing. And same thing for the refunners. You know, like when you guys are watching it later on the watch party with us, when we're there with you, or on the YouTubes or whatever. Cool. You know, when we hear from you, it's cool, man. So that's my strawberry bit.
Sweet.
So shall we tell them, Victoria?
So type in your strawberry bit. Let us know
type it in.
what
Make
it was
yours,
from
right?
today.
Yeah, seriously, taking a moment to just go, right, what was my strawberry bit? And just nailing it. You notice we're big on nailing things.
Yeah.
Right? Not just, well, let me ponder about it for 10 years. And no, nail it. What was your strawberry bit? Pick something. Get in the habit of picking something.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. So, Victoria?
Meanwhile, go to freeneville.com.
221 email list. Lots of goodies. Daily email, pseudo-random, power snack. Click the link that we send you in the confirmation email.
Yep.
Boom.
Join us in manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yep, give up a fucking donut and change your life. Donut a day keeps the doctor away, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Cool, Jesse. Saw your strawberry bit there. Sneaky out.
Ooh,
That one. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. Over 1,000 things and more and more and more and more and more.
Yep. Cool.
And Billy Jack will start showing up next week.
Oh, cool.
That'll be good fun. I put my foot up alongside your face, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.